So now let's talk about Amazon Comprehend. It's a service provided by AWS to find out entities, sentiments, relations, and other details within some text. So let's say you have some text document or you have some text string and you want to detect details within the text. You have to find out like which all entities are there. Entities can be like people, places, objects, okay? Anything it can detect within the text. Other than that, it can detect the values. There can be like purchase amounts, there can be dates, and then the common phrases which are there. So it can detect all of those. It can even understand the sentiment within the text. So let's say you have uh, some reviews, okay, and you want to understand what is the sentiment of the review. Is it a positive review? Is it a negative review? Right? So you can feed it to comprehend, and it will tell you if it's a positive or negative or neutral. Okay. It can even identify the syntax within the text. Syntax detection is like grammar detection. It can do like it can find out which all are the like nouns are there, which all verbs are there within the text. Okay, so let's see in the Amazon. So here we have the Amazon comprehend. Let's try out it. So here is a sample input which we have provided it. Okay, and now we want to analyze it. See, first thing you can see here is the entity. So it understands which all entities are there and it will categorize it. Like this is a person, this is an organization, this is a quantity, this is a date, this is a location. Okay. So it will find out all the entities within the text which you provided. Similarly, it can find the key phrases within it. And see here, it can identify the language of the text which you have entered. And then it can understand the sentiment of it. So in this case, it says like it's 62%. It can feel it's like a positive, okay, and it's negative is zero, neutral is 23%, and mixed is 13%. So obviously, it's uh you cannot say 100% positive, but it's mostly positive, right? And then it can understand the syntax as well. So here, if you see to each of the word or even annotations within your text, it will identify it and it will classify it. Yeah. Let's say it's a proper noun, it's a punctuation, it's a verb. Okay, so that's the how we use it. Okay, now let's see some more features of it. So the first feature is custom entity recognition. So in the first part we have seen itself, it can detect entities. Okay. But what is a custom entity? So let's say some case is there. Let's say you are a seller and you sell let's say toys. Okay. And you have a lot of reviews. So you have downloaded the reviews and you have the reviews in text documents. And within the reviews, you have to identify which review is for which of your product. Okay. So your product are kind of a custom entity, right? Uh, Obviously, with the product name also it can identify, but that can be kind of confusing there sometimes. But you want to identify it exactly with your product names. Okay, let's say you have products like a black RC car or a brown teddy bear. Okay, and you want to classify, or you want to, that custom entity, where does it appear, you want to find it out. Okay, so for that you can use this custom entity recognition. So in this case, what we have to do, so this one, we are not going to do a complete hands-on, but we can see just how it works. So in this case, what you have to do is first you have to train it. Okay, you have to provide some sample documents. You will train it and then you can use it up. Okay, so how it works is first you have to create a model. You have to select some entity types. So in our case, our entity types would be like the product name. So we can enter up to 25 of such entities, and then we will provide it with documents. Okay. So either you provide it with a document like where you will be having the type here would be your entity. Okay. Let's say in our case, it would be the product name. So this here we will have a table like that, which we will insert, will where we will have the product name and the document which relates to that. Okay. So like that, we will insert multiple files in here, or other cases, this one, where which within the document also, from where to where we are talking about that exact entity that we define it. So in either case, you have to just know, like, you have to have your own document. You have to train it with your own document samples. So you train it with that, okay, and then you can use it up for identification. So your custom entities which you have created, it will be able to identify that now in your input document or text. Okay. Next feature is it helps in organizing a collection of text documents. So this is a very important feature which is very important for exam as well. It's going to ask you scenario-based question like which service for used for a case where someone has to classify the documents within different categories. Okay. So what it does is you have multiple text documents and you want to classify them. Okay. So in this case also, let's say uh, you have a lot of reviews in text format, and now you have to classify the reviews, maybe let's say just for positive or negative sentiments, which all are positive reviews, which all are negative reviews. Okay, so in that case you can use this feature of organizing the document based on the topic. So it can be either topic, it can be either sentiment. Okay, there can be multiple options over here. And then in this case also we have a custom classification. So the custom classification is, again, you have to train it first with the classes. So in this case, let's say uh, we have, let's say, a lot of mails. Okay, and mails are for, let's say, job application. Okay, so now you want to classify for which of the role, or for which of the exact, let's say, the technology that uh, application is for. So you have to create in such cases a custom classification, since the technologies you want to define it. Let's say you want to define just 10 of those technologies and then classify your all the applications which you have on those specific 10 categories. Okay, so in that case we have the custom classification. So for custom classification, again, we have similar case. We have to first train and then we can use it. So in this case also, let's see how it works. You have to input it with files. Okay. So you will provide the files. Let's say these documents are there here. Okay. And then you have to provide it with a relation. Like this document is a this class. Okay. This document is this class. Like that, you have to provide samples to it. Okay. Here also we can see two options are there. Single label is like one document can belong to just one class, and multiple is like one document can belong to two classes. Okay. So like that, we have to train it up. We have to provide these documents, okay, as well as this relation between the document and the class. And then we can train it up. And once we train it, we can use it to classify our documents. Okay. Now it supports both real-time and batch processing. So like the other services we have seen here also, you have a real-time option where you can use the API. The API is provided by Comprehend. You can simply use them and get the real-time output. As soon as you send the input, you'll get a output. So it's obviously for either you can have a string or a single document. Okay. Then we have the batch processing here as well, where we want to process multiple files or documents together. And it also supports PII detection and masking. So if any personally identifiable information like email ID, location, your card number is there within that document which you have entered, it can mask it up also. Okay. So that's all about Amazon Comprehend. There would be some questions attached in the YouTube description related to the topic. Please try them out.